haven't been here in 5 years. I can't believe that I'm back. I'm very sleep deprived, but also excited.
To the place, I spot you from a ways. My heart, it started racing. The crowd across the way, the flowers on your face, and then I'm from the 80s.
Let's rewind to about 11 hours prior to arrival, also known as the journey. I ended up getting through security really quickly and had so much time to spare at the airport. I think it took about 15 minutes. Lots of smelly feet though. Yeah, the smelly feet wasn't too pleasant, but other than that it was pretty quick. Bored, so we're going to explore Hendrick's Gins. We go up here, it's the lounges. Maybe if I rack up enough points I'll be able to go. Beauty and the Beast. Is that what they're trying to do? Let's play a game of which of these designs do we like the most. The Nouveau looks like water. Like, you know when they say, oh, it's alkaline water? Something like that. That looks like a pirate ship one. This is like a secret speakeasy place that we have this. I'd still prefer the bottles that we saw over there. This is kind of cute. Probably because of the horsey. Wait, is that someone? What's that person doing? Scratching an itch? Dunno. Goodbye, New York. Just for now. Most people were not wearing masks, but I'm not comfortable doing that yet. Safety first, am I right? My screen on the plane didn't actually work, but since I was flying red-eye, I didn't use it at all. First meal I got was very simple, but sometimes that's better when traveling. I did end up having a crying baby behind me the whole flight, which wasn't ideal. The parents probably got no rest at all, and the baby might have been kind of scared. The last snack, or breakfast snack I should call it, was served just before we landed. For some reason they told me they couldn't heat mine up, so it was cold, but it was fine. I'm back. Honestly, it feels so strange to say that. It's been so long. How do I feel? Nostalgic? Nostalgic is probably the best word to describe it. Hearing British accents as the majority accent and having the US one be the one that stands out, that's one of the first things I noticed. I've gotten so used to thinking that I'm one of the foreigners that I stopped noticing it. This is the country I grew up in, and I'm coming back now. It feels like I'm getting to know an old friend again. So many questions came to my mind at that point. How much had changed? How much would I still recognise? And what about the people? Some of them I hadn't seen in close to a decade. How much had they changed and how are they doing? What sort of lives are they all living? So many questions. For context, they're my friend's cats and I've been hearing about them since before they became part of the family, so it's definitely a long overdue meeting. My second important job was to do some last minute shopping with the bride. I really wish I could have been here to go and do some of the typical pre-wedding things with her. She had some last minute shopping to do, which meant I still got to play a small part in these pre-wedding shenanigans. She was debating between shoes here, but seriously, the heel. I don't even know if I can trust myself to stand in these, let alone walk in them. Time for the hen do. Or actually, let's call this section Things You Must Do When at a Hen Do. Number 1. Look cool in tats, and maybe get a German one.
I'm so sorry.
This was a printing accident, but it made everyone laugh. Number 2, follow the bride everywhere. 3, stick on furry mustaches and wear berets that look like shower caps. 4, encircle the bride on the tube. Of course, this only works if you're in London. 5, belly dance. Most of us ended up joining in, but I couldn't film that part because, well, I was busy belly dancing. And most importantly, 6, keep everything else that happened at the hen do a secret. Sorry, folks. I sandwiched an interlude during my London trip and visited Birmingham. You know, the place where the Peaky Blinders is set. I grew up there, though I wasn't really part of any gang. Wasn't cool enough, I guess. I tried rock climbing for the first time, where I lost my footing and got stuck at one point. Oops. And then it was time to go back to London with my sister. My sister was moving into a new place, so I kinda somewhat helped a bit. Turns out she'd organised a fair amount of the move prior to my arrival. Good on her. It also made our lives a lot easier during my trip. I can't see you. Never expected to be having this issue in England, but my god, is it hot. It's so hot. Most places don't have aircon or AC. It's just hot. There's a fan, but what that means is that the eyes get really dry. So right now I've got very dry eyes because it's too hot in England, the place that I always thought was too cold or rainy. Or maybe it's just because I'm here in August. What do you Londoners say? Is it kind of hot for most of summer, or is it just August? Or is this a special August? And now it's time to get to the pre-wedding destination. I am all packed and ready to go to my friend's wedding. The bridesmaids are all arriving the night before at a place nearby. I think it's because we have really early call times the next morning, so mine is around 7:30 a.m. Yeah, it's gonna be a long day, but I'm extremely excited. And I'm now walking down the street to the tube station to get to, which line was it? I don't remember, but I'm switching at Paddington and then getting on the Elizabeth line, which is apparently new, and it was called that in honour of Queen Elizabeth. That'll be exciting, it's a new line. Elephant and Castle, look at that name. Oops. There are strikes that are happening, but hopefully the wait was before and then now the next train will be the one that I need to take. And I'm a bit concerned about coming back because today is Thursday and I'm coming back on Saturday. And apparently there are no overground trains on Saturday because of the strike. We'll have to figure something out there. However, they did say that the next train that comes should be the one that I need to take, the Bakerloo line, and I'll switch at Paddington, get onto the Elizabeth line. See, I'm always like a Londoner. Elephant and Castle line. What a cool name. I would say that the most somewhat stressful part was just packing and make sure that I had everything, because I don't think we can get to, well, I guess a lot of the people drive there. I don't have a car here. Yeah, just making sure that I have everything that I need to make sure that the costume changes will work, that I have the right ID and the right cards, the right, I don't know, like blister plasters, because I haven't worn heels in a really long time and I'm gonna have to be able to last for a while. And practicing the speech, that's going to be fun. I think my speech is a little bit over, but hopefully it'll be okay. They're all really low. Okay, so I was confused for a second there and I wasn't sure because, yes, okay, so I have to head this way because I'm going to the one that heads to Reading. turns out I was still in the wrong area. Long story short, they're still working on connecting the Elizabeth line to the rest of the tube station at this stop. The staff were super helpful though.
Oh my gosh, we made it! It's now 8:56. Oh. Wait, where's the exit? Not this way. Taplow? I think that's how you pronounce it.
The end of the platform as the approaching train does not stop here.
Came out here and I'm coming towards the car. Dun, 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 dun. Here I bring you exclusive footage. A sneaky video of the bride's room before her wedding day. Hanging, we have the wonderful wedding gown, which I had not yet seen in person, but I did see many pictures of it, and here is the special bridesmaid pajamas. Pink to fit the theme, and it's button up so it wouldn't affect our makeup when we get it done in the morning. Okay, let's button this up so it doesn't look strange. Here is the long veil. And the dark outside. And the bag from our previous last-minute shopping trip. It was pretty late, but we were all so buzzed and excited, we couldn't sleep. The wedding day. Morning of the wedding. I've got the bridesmaid's pajama top on. So sleepy. Mostly happened. I explored a bit around the place we stayed at. It had a very British feeling to it. Not sure how else to put it. And this was the breakfast menu. Then we were off to get our hair and makeup done. We had two lovely makeup artists work on us all, and to help hide our dark eye bags, which we really could have avoided if we had slept earlier, but honestly, we just couldn't sleep. Now that we're all made up, we were ready to go to the wedding location. As we were getting closer to the location, we realized we should probably switch the music, set the vibe a bit, you know? The bride is here.
It's so nice. Oh my god, love it.
Are you on dress duty?
Yeah. Alright, let's go.
We didn't take our phones to the ceremony, so I don't have pictures of that, but it's also good because I was very much in the moment. So here we jump to just before the speeches. Actually, to tell you a secret, I ended up taking a pair of flats and putting them on as soon as the ceremony was over. My feet have definitely not been trained enough to handle heels for that long. After a day filled with celebrations and sparklers, it was time to check in. Hello friends. Don't know why I'm on the floor, it just feels like, for some reason, the best place to do this. I wanted to check in. It's been a really long day that started really early with very little sleep, but I'm so happy. One of my childhood closest friends got married today, and it was just wonderful seeing her so happy and surrounded by people who love her. I don't know, my heart is just really full. We had our makeup done really early in the morning, and you can see what's left of it now. Everything is kind of drooping down. I'm quite impressed that it's lasted so far because we got this done at 7:50 a.m. I want to say, something like that. And now it's past 12 a.m. next day. I think the previous night we probably got like 4 hours, maybe 3 hours of sleep. And I only had one serving of coffee, some tea, and some Diet Coke. So there was a decent amount of caffeine, but I spread it throughout the day. How am I feeling? I'm feeling very grateful. I'm feeling very lucky and fortunate. I gave a speech today because she is a childhood friend. A lot of her friends who are here today are from her adult life. So yeah, I wanted to share a bit of our childhood together. Got a bit emotional, but it can't be helped because you're kind of living through those memories again. I really hope that she liked it and they added a special something. I am so zonked out. I feel like I say that a lot. I'm gonna wash up, shower, and then relax and sleep. And then tomorrow morning, we actually have to go down at between 8:30 and 9:30 and then be out by 10. So that's going to be fun. But I think we're still gonna be able to sleep a bit more than yesterday. We were all very hyped up and excited yesterday. Very restless sleep, but now I think I have maybe a king size. And silence. It is very hot. We're gonna have to deal with that. If you open those windows, someone did, you will end up with a lot of bugs in your room. So I cannot do that, alas. I will see you soon. Good night, my friends. Here is the smudged makeup up close. Yep, we've got some fake lashes glued on there. They might have started to come off already. And then the bottom's definitely smudged here. I think she did a decent job with the brows, although this part is a bit funky. And then some foundation, which I have not worn in years. But, you know, you do what you've got to do. I think she hid my bags pretty well. It's not... Okay, now you can see it. But earlier on, it wasn't too bad. Anyway. Actually, peace out now. Peace out. Bye. The next morning, sleepy me hurried down for some coffee before I then went to pack and check out. Remember those beautiful flowers I showed you all earlier? Well, now it was time to deal with the aftermath of having so many flowers. Afterwards, we left in a dramatic, slow-motion fashion, fitting for the place.
Hello. I just spent a bit of time getting lost around Paddington. because I'm supposed to be taking a bus, but as you can see there are lots of layers to here, and there's a thing underneath as well, I think, and a canal, and the GPS was being a bit funky, but finally I found it. I found the right bus stop, and it's going to be arriving in 1 minute. It's been a really nice morning. I got to see everybody, and then whoever is still there, I said bye to them. Some people, it's a bit sad I won't be seeing again for a really long time, but it was great meeting them, hanging out, chatting. There are some awesome people. You know, when you meet your friends of friends, it's always interesting to see what sorts of people they're friends with as adults. Yeah, that was really good.
Next up, I went off to tour London. Whenever I say I'm from the UK, everyone always assumes I grew up in London. I remember always having to follow up with, oh no, I'm not from London. And it happened so frequently that I eventually stopped correcting them. I did feel like a bit of a fraud, but you'll just have to excuse my fraud-like behaviour. You see, even though I grew up in the UK, I don't really know London that well. So one of my goals during this trip, aside from fulfilling my bridesmaid role, is to get to know London a bit better. I can't go to London without visiting at least one museum. I've been here a few times at the V&A, but it's been a while, and it's always good to get a fresh look at their collections. Looking at new things is great, but sometimes looking at older things can become a catalyst for wonderful new ideas. So here's a little peek into how I fulfilled my artistic inspiration needs this trip. I wanted to remind myself of the jewellery section and the aaages section. I remember those being really intriguing. Plus, I feel quite heavily inspired by Asian culture at the moment. Maybe because I just left Asia? Who knows? Anyway, it's always good to look at more art for inspiration. You never know what it can help spark. This guy looks really chill. Look at that arm on the knee. My artistic needs were replenished. Time to have a drink and continue my tour. Completely separate topic, but something really exciting just happened. I just received an email that I've been cast in another episode of a podcast, and it makes me so happy because I love doing voice over work and voice acting work. It's one of my favourite things ever. So I'm just kind of buzzing from excitement about that, and I wanted to share it with you.
Yeah, I got you. Seems to fade, fading into the air.
I just caught up with a friend. This is around Piccadilly Circus, and I was in Japan Center. Absolutely love this place. It's so good. It's vibrant, but it's also got businessy stuff. Like if you can see those buildings, it just feels lively, but also work-y. People still have fun. and enjoy stuff. There are cinemas, and it's walking distance away from loads of shows, and I love going to shows. It is starting to rain a bit. It said it was going to be rainy and thunderstormy all day. I'm just really hoping that I don't end up being in the rain. Fingers crossed, but I mean, it is Britain after all, so we'll see.
We spend together, nobody knows me the way you do. All of the times that we spend together, etched in my mind in faded blue. All of the times that we spend together.
Something kind of interesting just happened. A bunch of people who had suitcases just came off the train, and then someone noticed that a bag, maybe like a jewelry bag, was still there. One of the ladies said that it belonged to one of the people who just got off the train, so I grabbed it from her and then I put it on the floor. Turns out it's not theirs, but then it was another person's, and then I turned back and the train doors had shut. But that was fine because I'm not in any rush or anything. It felt good. It felt like I had done something good. Yeah, so that's made me all smiley. I came to Canada Water to see another friend I hadn't seen in a while, and before I knew it, my trip was coming to a close. Here are some of the remaining random little snippets that I took around London. It was time to leave again.
Oh, it's not looking too bad. I'm talking about my hair because on all the Uber rides, you're supposed to have the windows all open, and so all the windows were open on the motorway. A lot of wind. This is my windswept hair. Not too bad, right? Not too bad.
So much has changed, but so many things are still the same. Chatting to all my friends here, we've all gone through a lot since being in school, and we've grown, or rather grown up even. Although we've been apart and life may never be the same as it was when we were kids meeting up during school lunches, it feels good to know that some things, they'll always stay the same, in a good way. That's it, my friends. I boarded the flight back to New York. Thanks for joining me on my trip to London and Birmingham. I hope it was as fun for all of you as it was for me. In case you were curious about what I got served on the plane, I thought I'd show you the meal and snack that I got. This one was definitely better than what I got on the way there. Anywho, I'll see you all next time. Bye!